Hey, what's going on everybody? Scott Hilse here with you today. Before I start this video, be sure to hit subscribe and turn post notifications on because I answer any and all questions within the first hour of every video being released. So turn that on now so you're alerted to get your questions answered and so on. Now this is a topic, I get asked this a lot and I was asking this a lot and I still ask this a lot. Taking the advice of some millionaires that I know that I've talked to about this topic personally and just a lot of videos I've watched, this is what makes the most sense. What you should invest in your 20s or even in your teenage years or whenever you're making money. I mean, God, there's a 9-year-old making $22 million a year on YouTube right now. So it's not really age restricted, but when you're getting in your 30s and 40s, it's probably a better idea to invest in more long-term assets. I can't really speak on that because I'm only 23, but I'm just gonna leave that part out of the video. Just for anyone in their 20s or teenage years who are making a good amount of money and you just don't know what to do with it. Now, the answer is very simple, and I can't believe I wouldn't have thought about this before. You guys know my story. I started drop shipping and I started, making a lot of money. And then I got invited out to Berlin to meet the Oberlo team and even the founder of Oberlo. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I asked him this specific question. I had all this money in my bank account and I was like, I don't really know what to do with it. It kind of irks me to let it sit there because I know the depreciation rate of US currency is like 2% or something a year. And the incentive of keeping it in the bank is 1%. So you're really losing money just keeping it there. And I asked him, Thomas Sleemus, I asked him at dinner, I was like, hey, listen, because he sold Oberlo for millions and millions of dollars. I'm like, I'm wondering, what kind of advice can you give to me in terms of investing my money? Because, I'm thinking about maybe investing in real estate or the stock market because, I was playing with all these ideas. And I was like, so what'd you do with your money when you got it? And he's like, tell you the truth, brother, not much. And I was like, what? He's like, here, I'll send you an article that'll explain it all. And he sent me this article by Warren Buffett. And it's how Warren Buffett didn't make big mistakes his whole career. This is the #1 rule he kept in his mind to make sure he didn't make the massive mistake. And that is never invest outside of your circle of competence. So what that means is don't just invest in the stock market because that's what someone on YouTube told you to do. Same with real estate, same with pretty much anything. You should not invest in anything you don't have a full grasp of awareness of. Like research it top to bottom so that you know it. You know it top to bottom, not just throw your money out there because it sounded good. Before you get into anything, you need to know. If you don't do that, yeah, you still might make money, but the chances are that you're gonna lose money because you're investing in things you don't understand and you're just following like what everyone else does and what everyone thinks they're supposed to do, like buy a house, But that is not what Warren Buffett or Thomas Sleemus or anybody of these would recommend. They were saying, you should research, you should figure out everything and then go for it. But what that basically translates is there is no better thing to invest in than yourself, especially at the age you're at now. Now, if you're in your 30s and 40s, it might be a different story, or it might be the same story. It really depends on your position and how recent you've come into money, but that is the best investment right now. Self-investment is the best thing you could possibly do. And it makes complete sense to me, like investing in these big events, going to networking with all these people, that's a great investment. Investing in books, investing in mentors, investing in a personal trainer, investing in better food, like I took all this to heart. Like here's the thing, when you are actually talking to somebody who knows what they're talking about, like this guy's worth probably tens of millions of dollars. I'm not sure exactly how much Oberlo sold for, but I knew it was valued at 50 million when it sold. So, who knows? When someone like that gives you this advice, especially coming from someone like Warren Buffett on top of it, you take that advice word for word. So when he told me that, I'm like, that makes so much sense. Like I was about to invest in the stock market for some reason. That makes a lot of sense. So first thing I did was hire a personal trainer. I've been going to him like 4 or 5 times a week, and that's been great. I subscribe to organic, natural, healthy, high protein food subscriptions so that my food's in right. Because when you're eating good and when you're working out good, you think good. Like this is just natural. This is just very ingrained in our genetic DNA. You're supposed to be eating good, wholesome, natural food, and you're supposed to be working your bones out. That's why I strongly recommend you guys work out. And Joe Rogan had a good point about this, not to get too side off track, but when you're working out, it's like, okay, if you work out every day and you go to the gym every day and you make that commitment, then you have that as a flagship to your whole life so that now when you skip a day or two in the gym, now that might leak into your business. So you might skip or two a day at work, but if you keep one thing as a flagship, as a statute of what to do every single day and you commit to that every single day, now that commitment will actually leak into everything else you're doing. And the gym is the most basic, but not basic in a bad way, like the most basic thing you should be doing because it's your body. Like what's the point of wealth if you got no health? I always think about Ty Lopez saying that a couple years ago. But I'm telling you guys, there is no better investment than self-investment. So me personally, what I did, after I got the personal trainer, after I got the food, after I got the books, I hired a mentor who's doing millions and millions and millions of dollars a year, okay? Millions of dollars a year, and this is the perfect example of why self-investment is the best. I took thousands of dollars and gave it to him for the year. I'm not gonna say exactly how much, it was under 10,000 for sure, but I knew it would pay off, okay? Now, if I took that $6,000 and put it in the stock market, at best, the average stock return's about 10% right now. I took this $6,000, gave it to him, and then within 1 month, I made $43,000 off of one single strategy that he taught me on Facebook ads, okay? 42,000. Now that was all revenue. I can't exactly remember all the profit, but it was more than the amount I paid him for sure in the first month. And this is a year-long thing. I'm just saying, like, that is the most perfect example I can give. Like, I could have invested that $6,000 in a Cardone Capital real estate, maybe gotten, you know, if his numbers are right, 150% in 8 years, who knows? But still, I got it back. I got 42,000 in the first month after investing 6. Okay, so that is just amazing on its own. Now, just imagine what I could do if I kept investing in all the other platforms I want to get into. So if I started investing in real estate education, not real estate, or stock market education, but not stocks. See, most people do it the opposite way. They just throw their money in the stock market, and then they usually end up losing, and then that's what prevents them into going into further fields and all that. But it really starts with the basic circle of competence, like Warren Buffett says. You guys can Google this article too. It's a wonderful article. I'll try to leave a link in the description below. If you can't find it there, just Google Warren Buffett circle of competence. It's just genius. I read that, and that's when I immediately awoke and I stopped fucking with the idea of investing in the stock market or real estate. I'm young. I'm still learning everything. So why would I not invest back into myself mentally, like physically, like, and just in all aspects, skills in all aspects, because the better you feel, the better you think, the better you do. And that's what it comes down to it. So the weakest minded people are the people who hate on people that invest in mentors, that invest in programs. And so my friend Hilse, shout out Hilse, he was talking about this on Twitter the other day. He's like, it takes a special kind of stupid for someone who's paying $3,000 for like a sexual education course in college to rag on someone paying a couple hundred for a course. You know, that it really makes no sense. The couple $100 for the course can actually make you major money. And if you guys want to learn more about one product dropshipping, my course is right in below, simplified.dropshipping.com. But yeah, that really makes no sense. Like, you're not going to make any money off these classes, not courses, but classes in college that you're paying thousands of dollars for that have no relevance to making actual money. You should be investing in things that will actually make you money. Don't even get me started on the college. There's a reason I dropped out, okay? If you guys are looking to make real money and actually put in the real work to do it, it all starts with self-investment. It doesn't matter what area of field you want to get into, whether it's dropshipping, whether it's Amazon, whether it's real estate, whether it's stocks, whether it's day trading, it really doesn't matter. Number one thing you should do first is read a lot about it, learn a lot about it, and then if you have the money, definitely invest in a mentor while you proceed into it so that eventually you can be doing it on your own and making big bucks. But mentors, I'd say almost all mentors are undervalued, because you can look at a lot of mentors like Dan Pena. I think he has like a $50,000, or maybe it's $20,000, like $50,000 or $20,000 like week-long seminar he puts on, and he's made thousands of millionaires, okay? So you gotta think, okay, yeah, I could take $50,000 or 20, let's just say 20,000 on the lower end, $20,000, invest it in the stock market, maybe get 10%, maybe get 2,000 extra a year. Oh yeah. Or you can make like 20,000 in the real estate. God, I mean, an extra $700 a year. Come on. Or you can take that $20,000 and either invest it in like a one super premium mentor, or like getting these masterminds, or just, it's so simple. Just think about it. It's so simple. Invest in yourself, because that will pay off way quicker and way larger and way long term than stocks or real estate or any of this. Because you got to think, stocks and real estate, that's a whole market in itself. You don't really have control of that market, but you have control of your brain and what you do with it. So maybe there is a crash tomorrow. Well, you still got these skills, and skills pay the bills, okay? So I'm just gonna leave it right there. I just freestyled that. I like that, skills pay the bills. Hope you guys can remember that. If you like this advice at all, be sure to hit like. That helps me out so much. That helps get this message across. I really appreciate that. Be sure to leave a comment what you think about this below. Be sure to subscribe and turn post notifications on because I answer any and all questions within the first hour of every video being released. And if you guys follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all that, you'll see I've been traveling a lot. That in itself is another self-investment. I should have probably mentioned this earlier, but I've been traveling a lot. Just in the past 2 months, I went to LA twice. I went to Seattle. I went to Maine. I just got back from Toronto 2 days ago. And I think I've been somewhere else. I can't remember, honestly. I just travel so much. Coming up here, I'm going to Branson this weekend, and then I'm going to Miami and Baton. God, I keep forgetting the last, Baton something. It's a great place in Florida. I have an amazing opportunity going down there, and that's the whole reason I'm taking this trip to Florida. I can't wait to share with you guys this insane opportunity. It's just gonna be amazing. I'm gonna be interviewing some major people along with this. You guys will see I'm not going to leak any names or anything. I'm not going to leak the details of this trip because you're going to see this develop and it's going to be amazing. Like, I feel ever since I learned of this opportunity, I've been feeling like a different person just because it's finally solidifying a lot of my hard work. So I'm excited to share all of that with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Plenty more videos to come. I got so much to talk about. I got an insane list on my phone of video ideas. I'm just going to keep making them, keep producing content, and I'm hoping to get that 100,000 subscriber plaque by the end of this year. So thank you guys for watching. Peace out.